All right, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Glenn.
And I'm Tonya.
All right, end of week 85. All right, finally had a good week.
Both of us.
Both of us, yeah. Yeah, it's made a little change, and it definitely worked. Last week, I weighed 301.4. Currently, I weigh 297.6.
Yay.
So I lost 3.8 pounds, dropping me back below the 300s for today.
Wonderful.
So that's 89.4 pounds lost since we started.
And for me, last week I was 137.2. Currently, 135.4. So that's a loss of 1.8.
Yeah.
And so currently, he gave me a star. Currently, I see the 30-pound weight loss again, so I'm 30.4 pounds down since we started. Yeah.
So we both kind of, I got under my 300s, and she got past her 30s again. So moving in the right direction. My big thing changed, I didn't cheat on my other day off. I still had my weekend cheat, but I didn't cheat also on my Tuesday.
On your Tuesday.
So that one single day makes all the difference. So, I'll have to give things up later on and modify things, but just that one little change, made a huge difference in my week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for me.
What about your donuts?
I did not have any donuts. But I didn't have an option for donuts because there were no donuts when I got back.
Okay. I forgot if there was donuts when you got back.
No, he went home early and the office was locked.
Okay.
So I didn't even have the option.
Maybe you'll have to ask him if he could lock the office before you come back.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, put the donuts out so I can get to them. If you're going to leave early, can you make sure to leave the donuts out so I can get to them? That's probably, no, that wasn't where you were going for.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
How about you?
Well, I have little notes this week. I talked last week about I had a doctor's appointment this last Tuesday. Oh, boy. I tell you what, I'm glad I lost weight, but I was disappointed after the doctor's appointment. Yeah,
she was wondering what she would weigh.
Yeah.
At the scale. At home, you don't weigh with clothes.
Yeah.
At the scale, you don't get naked to weigh in at the doctor's office.
Yeah. So I was 141 last August, and keep in mind, though, I did eat before I went to the doctor's appointment, because that's just when I usually eat my not always my biggest meal, as you guys know. But anyways, I did eat, and I ended up being 142.6 at the doctor's office. Yeah. But that was an afternoon weight, not a morning weight, and it was after I ate, and it was also hot all day, so I drank a lot of fluids. So I think all of that came into play. So I really, even though I was disappointed, I really shouldn't be disappointed at that, because that's not when I weigh in every day, so it is my true weight, but it's not a reflection of
last week's
gain
results.
Or loss, as far as that's not when I usually weigh in.
Yeah.
So, that's after eating all day and stuff. But still, it was like, last August 141, this August 142.6 at the doctor's. And another thing that the doctor had to say, I know what he's thinking with this, so in that way I agree, but I disagree just a little bit. But he kind of asked me if I was exercising, and I said, well, yeah. I go, but on average, I said, it's only about 20 minutes 3 times a week, and I said, I know that's only a penny's worth, but he looked at me, he let me finish talking about stuff, and then he said, I wrote it down. He says that I'm too young to consider 20 minutes exercise. Now, I'm really glad.
Which is why she's not sweating.
Now, I'm really glad he used the word young, though. But Now, what if you worked out really hard in that 20 minutes? That's where I kind of disagree with him on. But he said I at least, for my age, I need to work out 45 minutes when I work out. So I see where he's going with that. I understand. So I'm okay with that. But actually, I am glad he used the word young because I forgot to put this in my notes. But I practically started crying in the doctor's office because, as you know, I realize I'm looking older lately. And, but hey, if I'm going to be skinny and older looking, I'm okay with that. If I'm not plumped up and weigh more, that's okay. That's okay. But they gave me this paper. I don't know if we'll share or not because it might have personal information. Yeah. I was just thinking of that. Probably we won't share it just because personal information. But I totally forgot about it. But I was remembering now since you used the word young. Before I went in the office, they're like, oh, well, your insurance requires an assessment every year. And they gave me this paper to fill out. And the starting age was, to circle was 60 to 65. And I'm like, I wrote out age 50 and I circled it. And then it was
older,
questions,
but not 60 to 65.
Yeah, and that's totally fine if that were my age. But again, I must look even older after work, like when I'm tired when we video, like that look. And so it had questions like, are you able to go grocery shopping by yourself, or do you need assistance? And I, or without assistance. So I'm circling all the ones without assistance, and I'm like, what in the heck? Why am I filling this out? I almost started crying. They're like, really? What is going on that I'm just
but then they
looking
said
that
old. They didn't mean to give you that.
Yeah, but I think that, when I came in, the medical assistant said, oh, sorry, they shouldn't have gave you that. But
they might have just grabbed from the stack and not really thinking.
But I'm thinking she was just being apologetic to the receptionist, and I really, you look old. I'm wondering if she's saying, I understand why they gave it. Like in her mind, I'm wondering.
Oh, we need that information.
But thinking she needs to maybe talk to the person up front, don't just automatically give people that, or I don't know. But anyhow, I better hurry up here. So that was the doctor's thing. And then I fell off the balance beam a little bit this week, as far as I kind of lost my vision of 118 this week. I lost the vision of the signs and going the right direction. Now, I still kept to my calories, though. Yeah. It's weird because when I have a good week, a lot of times I'm disappointed in something. And when I have a bad week, sometimes I'm happy. This week was a good week. And the scale didn't lie, hopefully, as far as, because I did stick to my 1,800 calories. But I just lost my motivation in thinking and seeing the signs to 118. And I only exercised one day again. And I think the reason for that is my eating too much in the morning is affecting my, I want to sit on the couch and not exercise. It's not the fact that I don't mind anymore that I'm eating a lot in the morning.
Oh, I don't mind that either. I don't mind eating all that stuff. That's not bothering me
because I'm doing good with eating less in the evening. Yeah. I'm actually doing okay with that. But the thing that's bothering me is I prefer then to continue watching TV, or I go and play on Facebook instead of exercising and when I'm having my quiet time because I'm full and I don't want to exercise.
Yeah.
So I lost some bit of motivation, I didn't have the spirit of losing weight this week, even though I'm really happy I did. So that's just kind of what I wanted to share. But I want to be back on the balance beam. I have a goal this month of losing, I want to be 130 at the end of this month. Okay. So I just want to do that. And
there you go. Do it.
It wasn't that funny of a story, but Sunday I actually thought or didn't think or whatever like a skinny person because he went to bed early.
Yeah.
And I was looking, I didn't know he was going to go to bed so early. And
I had to be to work early, so it's like,
yeah, I was kind of kept doing little things, and I didn't realize the time. Well, I did, but I kind of thought he'd still be up, and I was looking forward to eating popcorn with a movie. I had saved calories, and he's like, "Well, good night. I'm going to bed." And it was like 6 p.m. And I'm like, "You're going to bed?" And the next day, I lost more weight than anything, and I actually forgot to eat. That was like the first time I think I ever forgot to eat. Maybe one other time.
Yeah, that's funny.
But anyways, I thought I'd share that.
Anything
and that was
else?
all I had. I'm pretty sure that's all I had. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to try again to not be bad on my second day off.
Yeah, you did really good.
You know, so that made a difference, and we'll see what this week brings.
Mm-hmm.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Keep pushing forward, and we'll get there.
All right. We will get there.
See you next week.
See you next week.